Are we on? All right. Good morning. It is 6:30. It is November 29th. I hope everyone's feeling good. It is, let's say, today is Wednesday. Remember, tomorrow I leave for Tampa. I'm doing my Ragnar race. Finally, it's here. Once a year I go away. Last year was San Diego. The year before was Texas, Arizona. 8 of us go compete against 250 teams. Big trail run, 24 hours. That's how I like to get out and relax a little bit. Anyway, my name is Scott Redler. I am the Chief Strategic Officer of T3Live.com. This is the 630 Club, where I try and give you guys some ideas, a little bit of a narrative of the day, what everyone's focusing on, how to situate for the long term, how to work on your policy and your process. Well, it's funny. Some people are like, Red Dog, you're a fair-weathered friend. I'm like, that's the furthest from the truth. I am a really good friend. I try and be a very loyal dad, son, friend, teacher, coach, whatever you name it. But in the stock market, I am only very loyal to 2 things: my process, my routine. Actually, 3 things, and the 21-day moving average. Okay, I like to be loyal to a stock when a stock is rewarding me, when a stock is in a sequence that makes dips viable. Buy it through points, sell into some strength, buy it back, and stay with it. That's why I started talking about sequences, because every now and then you get a week sequence, you get a 2-week sequence, you get a 3-week sequence. Sometimes they last for 2 days, and I like to massage them, and try and get as much out of it as possible. So I will say, people were a little upset with me a few weeks ago when all that news was going around about Elon and about his anti-Semitism. I got a little pissed off. I did, and I took his picture off the wall. I put it in the garbage, and I had to block a bunch of people. And I'm not here to talk about Israel and how I do stand with Israel, or I also stand with human civilian life. But that they just got a little upset. Besides his stock not acting well, and I talk about when Tesla's above the 21-day moving average, Elon's a genius. When it's below, he's a little wonky, he's a little eccentric. And, P.S. Yesterday, I remember we were talking about how I was a little upset. First of all, I thought, you see Elon went to Israel and he was with Netanyahu, and I thought that was really positive, for him. Besides tomorrow's potential Cybertruck event. So the bottom line is, yesterday we spoke about Tesla, which almost got on my do not touch list, and I was showing you this little area right here. And I do remember 2 days ago I was buying Tesla really fast and I lost money. I'm like, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to buy 2 sets of options just in case. Hold on, where is it? Just in case it wants to ignite above the 238 area. And then if it happens in a way that I could buy it, I want to go after it also that way. So this is the Alpha team. Some of you guys like, hey, I love the 630 Club. How do I get on the Alpha team? Just so you know, I'm not selling you anything, but it is 11:29 at 6:34. My team has so many Black Friday things going on where it's really cheap to join the Alpha team for the year or rather all access. Listen, if you don't want to, it's fine with me. I'm just saying, some people are like, hey, Red Dog, you post the regular premium, tweets sometimes. I just want to show you that, hey, yesterday we talked about buying Tesla and if it ignites and you could have made money, but if you're on the Alpha team or rather all access even, you would have got a tweet saying, yes, 2 days ago that I was buying the 245 calls for this Friday and for next Friday, just in case it took some time. And I created call spreads yesterday besides being in Tesla, which I wasn't in until yesterday morning. And then P.S. it triggered through 238, got above 243.60, 2 buy prices. And today, you're getting some upside follow through to 249. So right there, that specific type of trade could have made you a lot of money. Besides, the cash flow every day moving around. Listen, not everyone works. Like the day before, I lost thousands of dollars when Tesla didn't work. I trade other things too, obviously. But bottom line is, I was just when Tesla works, Tesla works. So, I have to say, I had to clean the tomatoes off. Get them all set. Good job, Elon. Unfortunately, I can't put him back on the wall because I was so mad at him. I knocked him off the wall and the nail fell off. But the bottom line is, again, now we'll see how this sequence goes. I'm going to try and stay long in some capacity because, it's been, stock's been lagging. So cleared this inside wedge after this inverted head and shoulders pattern. Remember that. And then if you go to the weekly chart, it also, looks really good. The stock was 414 in 2021, so it's nowhere right here. Tesla's been lagging. Tesla has not been a focus. What's been leading? Microsoft's been leading. Meta's been leading. Apple's been decent lately, a little choppy. Netflix has been having a big move. Tesla has not. So where could Tesla go to? Some people are saying, I don't know. I put some projections out. I bought the 245 calls. I figured if we got above 243, 247, it should at least get to 250, maybe 257. Not saying 257 by Friday, but maybe, if we can get through the Cybertruck event and they can't sell it, maybe, that'll be for next week. But we'll see. Now it just started a sequence. Sequences start in different ways. Okay, remember I talked about loyalty. Well, Square, hip to be square, we should play that song, started a nice active sequence right here. Okay, some people are like Red Dog, it's a broken name. Red Dog, get away from it. I'm like, well, it gapped up, was left for dead. Here's a Red Dog reversal. I'm buying this and buying some options. And I put it on as a power play, one of my services where I tell them what to do, when to do it, how to do it, and then when to get out. And we got out of Square yesterday. And I stayed with it, loyal to Square, because look what it did. Stayed above the 8-day this entire time, and then boom. One of the objectives was a 200-day, and then it busted through. I have a few options left. And I think, hey, maybe Square can get to 81. This is when you had to leave Square, when it broke the 21-day, on the, what's it called, on the weekly, you weren't being disloyal. You were just following your rules. Be loyal to your rules. Be loyal to your game plan. Be loyal to your process. And that's what's going to keep you sane and thinking straight, not to the names. Okay, because the names change, and so you have to change with them. So bottom line is Square was a really good move. I have a little options left. I'll probably get rid of it today. And I was loyal to that. Okay, you don't need to be, don't feel bad if you sell a stock that was good to you at a different time, because it doesn't mean it's always going to be good to you. Okay, like remember what happened to PayPal and all those guys? Meanwhile, PayPal, some people are like, hey, Red Dog, look at PayPal. Can't PayPal get to the 200-day? I'm like, well, nice pattern here. Triggered above this. There's the 200-day. I think UPST, could get to the 200-day also. Kind of triggered above this. These short squeeze type names are starting to work. So I did buy some of that yesterday. I didn't stay with PayPal. Some of the guys in the Alpha team did, etc. You had this move in AFRM, which was huge. Huge. This was a horrible stock for so long. Then finally a big gap and go. Gap, move up, held the 8-day, squeeze, held the 8-day, boom. Okay, but now it's extended. So I'm just saying you're loyal to when things are paying you in the stock market. Listen, you got to be loyal to your spouse, and you're loyal to your friends. Listen, you call me on the side of the road, you have a flat tire, I'm coming. I don't know how to change a flat. I'm Jewish. No kidding. I can figure it out. I can put you on my back and carry you. Basically, all I'm saying is, as a trader, don't feel bad if you have to cut your losses in a name that used to be good to you. Anyway, IWM, if you look here, looking good. We've been accumulating some calls for the next Friday and the Friday after for a move up towards 185. We'll see if that happens. SPYs are up a bit today. Remember yesterday, I'm like, do we hold, 454.08 or not? And yes, it did. Didn't even see the 8-day moving average. Now it seems like it wants to get above 456.38. Here's the high of the year. Hopefully you're not fighting this trend. Look at this trend above the 8-day moving average, moving up, moving up, moving up, moving up. So that sequence you could be loyal to, not this one. So, we talked about buying some XBI, which isn't doing a whole lot yet. I think this is more something you have to go out till January. Remember, we talked about going out till January to to maybe see the 200-day or more. These are things to situate. Here we are. It's the end of the month. Obviously, it's been a huge month. Lots of people made good money. Some people wish they would have made more. I wish I would have made more also. Look back at your month, see what names you did well with, so maybe you can get a little bit honest with yourself on how you performed and how you interacted with the tape, and then you move forward. So again, you could do that. You can maybe do the LABU. If it were to get above this spot, I think you could buy. There's a 200-day for the LABU. Just things to think about. Besides, buying a dip in certain things. Look at this trend in Microsoft. Wow. First of all, what a move. Okay. I was in this for a certain portion of it, but I didn't stay with it. But I'll live. This was, when it was really tight, when it cleared the prior pivot and then went up to, the high, held the high, and now it's continuing. So I'm just saying, well, one thing we talked about the other day is the meat and potatoes of a move. Being for the meat and potatoes of the move. Don't worry about, catching the entire move as a trader. But it's nice to stay with a bunch of it. What else what did I buy yesterday? That's one we talk about. Rivian. Sometimes, you have the head of the dog barks. Like Tesla is the head. It's a big dog in the EV group. So once that starts to go, some people look down the food chain. So some people are like, why did I buy Rivian yesterday? I just bought a little bit. It's not a big deal. Maybe it gets towards the 200-day. They just had a leasing program. I've seen a lot of Rivians on the road, actually. I was waiting to pick up Chase from basketball yesterday and saw a bunch of them. Really nice cars. Anyway, so just as little things to do. What else did I do yesterday that some people were scratching their head about? Amazon shouldn't be a head scratcher. Amazon, pushed through Cyber Monday and Black Friday. Good numbers came out yesterday. Had a conference, 8-day held. Now it looks like it can continue. If you look at the weekly chart, this doesn't look like Microsoft. It looks like it can continue though. If it wants to work back towards this resistance area, there's a lot of room here in the next few months, and then there's a lot of room here. That's the weekly. Look at the weekly of Microsoft. Wow. Continuing. The weekly for Apple is it's decent. It led the move. Look, different things happen. Like this led the move in July all the way to the peak up in midsummer, and then broke its descending channel, and now it's trying to go sideways. I would think at some point, after going sideways a little bit, it could work back to the highs, but different things take the baton at different times. Look at the weekly chart of Meta. It's still not back at highs, but what a move, right? If you look at the weekly, here's when it broke below the 8-day the entire time. You're not loyal to it. You're not involved. You're not holding your nose and going in the water, and then right here it changed. Look at this. This was above the 8-day moving average on the weekly chart all the way up to pretty much the summer. Came in, rebuilt, and now it's on its way again. But these are weekly charts. These are bigger picture charts. Besides going to the daily chart, which has been just something that dips have been viable. Did I buy a dip yesterday? Meta, I did not. But again, if you sold 342, went below prior low of 334, reclaimed it, and now it looks as if at some point before the end of the year it works its way back up to that spot. So listen, massage positions, tier system, rotate, look around. Some people did really well with gold. Wow, look at that move in gold. I have this on as a power play. This active sequence started here, okay, and then energized when it broke through this downtrend. This is gold. This is like, major asset class. We've been talking about it for a little while. Got through here, showed you that, on the short term it's a little overbought, but on the monthly, holy cow, look at this cup and handle on the monthly. So if you're an asset allocator and you've had 10% of your pie chart in gold, you probably should go to 15, 20% for next year, because it looks like it's going to be up, I don't know, $800 or so in gold, or if the GLD itself, if you just take the measured room from 160 to 194, you're looking at 220-ish. So anyway, it's 6:45 at this point. I haven't looked at it. I haven't looked at a monthly chart in Tesla. This chart still building. That's big size. Look at the size of that wedge for the monthly. but go back to the daily. So where do I think Tesla can go to if they can't sell the event tomorrow? Yeah, it's 256. So far, so good. Really good day yesterday. It's up 318. So if you took it home, what I always do is I trim a little bit into strength, which I have, as you can see again on the virtual trading floor. Yeah, let me show you something. So let me show you something here. So this is how people could follow along a little bit on the virtual trading floor. So here's Tesla. You see it right there. So let me just see something. I'm gonna trim a little bit just because I have a lot overnight. Paying my bills early today, so it should flash red. Let's see. Oh, see how it flashes red? So it shows the Alpha team what I'm doing from everywhere around the country and the world. There people are everywhere. But anyway, I'm not selling you, but I'm selling you. I don't really ever sell in the 630 club. A lot of people say, how could I get more? How could I really see what you're doing? It's better to understand what I'm doing versus see what I'm doing, because that's how you'll eat and live forever. That's why I really talk about process and routine, because that's what's going to make a living for you, not following someone that you think is smart on the internet or a service or this and that. Even with the Alpha team, it's like I write a whole note with 40 different names. If this, then that. If that, then this. Some things I'm really adamant on. Some things I'm not. But really, it's understanding why I'm thinking that way. So this way, if I'm not here, something, what happens if someone steals the Red Dog? Then you got to be able to eat forever, right? So I'm trying to teach you about the process. So be loyal to your process, be loyal to your plan, be loyal to your family and your friends. Don't be loyal to stocks because they're only stocks. They're good for you for certain sequence and periods. Listen, Apple's been great for decades. Some you have long distance and, long time relationships with. Some things you just got to go to the college days. Remember what you did in college? I'll love them and leave them. No, I'm kidding. Did I do that in college? Maybe. I was single. You're allowed when you're single, but you can't do it when you're married. Anyway, I'm not going to be here tomorrow. I'm going to be on my way to Tampa on a flight. Going to be racing through the Tampa, wetlands. Hopefully I'll fight an alligator or two and come back. Actually, I'm not going to fight an alligator, but there are alligators on the course. Today was a great morning. It was the first time the ice barrel was cold enough that I was able to chisel the top of it. It was a little frozen, so I'm starting to feel my extremities. I'm going to trim and trail. I'm going to have some options on because I'm not going to be at my desk, Thursday and Friday, but I will let some positions go and call my awesome trade group and say, hey, put an offer out there, put a stop in there. Like some of you guys don't trade for a living. You're doctors and lawyers and policemen and firemen and Marines, and you're not always watching your positions, but you know how to put some trades on, massage them, and make extra cash flow alongside your career, right? I'm here. That's what a lot of my things do for you also. Where is the action? What's on the move? What's in play, right? And that's what power plays are for also. It tells you what to do versus literally just, you're trying to figure it out from the different scenarios I put in your place. So I'll probably do another video later. So I'm not leaving you yet. I'm going to be here all day, and in the morning I'm also going to probably tweet a little bit here and there. Trim and trail, always net money, so you can pay your bills. And if it's November 29th, you need a great month, or you're on your way to a good quarter, keep working, guys. Remember, next setup, think clearly, net money, move forward. Same way, remember Creed and Rocky? We came back from that one. One punch, one round, move forward. Always move forward. Okay, look at the past, learn from the past, but live in the present. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you a little bit later.